Tonight, a troubling standoff. Russia now refusing to give advance warning to the U.S. about its missile tests or provide data about its nuclear arsenal as required by the START nuclear arms agreement. A move that has now prompted the White House to do the same. The new START agreement signed in 2010 limits each country to 1,550 deployed nuclear warheads, with inspections to verify compliance. But last month, Vladimir Putin called off inspections because of U.S. support for the war in Ukraine. Now they have taken it even further, calling off all notifications of missile tests.
It's being investigated as a suspected homicide. A video circulating on social media showed guards leaving the detention center in Mexico, while smoke filled the cell with the detainees trapped inside. The footage came from a security camera in the facility in Ciudad Juarez. Dozens were killed in the blaze, and many were seriously injured. The victims were mostly men who came from Guatemala and Venezuela and other Latin American countries.
None of the law enforcement officers or private security took any action to open the door for the migrants who were inside with the fire.
So the warheads that we know that North Korea has, the nuclear warheads up until now, are much larger warheads. So these are the ones that are capable of being fitted on its long-range missiles, its intercontinental missiles, the ones that can reach the US mainland. Tactical nuclear warheads are the ones that would be able to be fitted on these devices that could target to areas much closer to home. So here in Seoul, in Japan, for example, US territories of Guam in the Pacific Ocean. And North Korea, as we say, has long claimed that it has the weapons to be able to do this, but we've never seen the proof until today. So these photos of Kim Jong-un looking across and inspecting a row of about 10 miniature warheads are the first evidence we've really seen of that. But there is still a big question mark here around this, because North Korea has never actually tested one of these tactical nuclear devices.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is dismissing President Biden's calls to drop his judicial reform plan.
On Tuesday, President Biden warned Israel, quote, cannot continue down this road. Netanyahu then tweeted the country will, quote, make decisions by the will of its people and not based on pressures from abroad, including from the best of friends. The Israeli Prime Minister decided to delay the judicial overhaul proposal earlier this week. For now, mass protests across the nation have subsided after what has been weeks of chaos.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has extended an invitation to Chinese leader Xi Jinping to visit Kyiv. Speaking to reporters from the Associated Press, Zelenskyy said that Kyiv was ready and willing to host Xi. He added that the pair had not talked since Russia's invasion. The invitation comes after the Chinese leader met with Vladimir Putin in Moscow on what Xi called a peace mission last week. Beijing has said that lines of communication with Ukraine remain open.
Two United States Army Black Hawk helicopters have crashed during a training mission over the U.S. state of Kentucky, and casualties are feared. The accident happened in the Trigg County area close to the large Fort Campbell military base. Local military has confirmed that their helicopters were indeed involved in the crash. The status of the crew members is not known as of now. At this point of time, it is still unclear how many people were aboard the aircraft. The choppers in question are two HH-60 Black Hawk helicopters that were a part of the 101st Airborne Division. The 101st Airborne Division, or Air Assault, is the only air assault division of the United States Army.
A major accident took place in Indore Shri Baleshwar Mahadev Jhulelal Temple as more than 25 people fell into the step well after the roof of the wall caved in the Patel Nagar area. Efforts are being made to pull out people who fell into the step well. The accident took place on the occasion of Ram Navami when the temple was having a huge rush of devotees. Efforts are on to rescue the people who fell in the step well. Videos of police and NDRF rescue team trying to get the people out of the step well are now doing rounds on social media.
Oscar Pistorius has applied for parole and is expected to attend a hearing that will decide if the former Olympic runner is released from prison 10 years after killing girlfriend River Stimkamp by shooting her multiple times through a toilet door in his home. Pistorius, who was convicted of murder in 2013, could leave the correctional center in Pretoria on Friday if his parole is granted.
The behavior of the offender is the most important consideration to be made by the board.